So what I like to start off with is going to be a horizontal swirl that I go for just a little bit, and then we first need to make this look like swirled up paper. So everywhere where there is a ending and an edge before it turns directions, we're going to put a vertical line going down, vertical line going down, vertical line going down. I'm not going to hit here just yet. And then vertical line going down and vertical line going down. Now you can see it almost looks like a piece of paper that was curled up. And then you take this and you go down a little bit. And then you need to start building the next piece of paper that is going to be wrapped around until it hits this guy here. So I'm going to just bring that down all the way. And then over here, I'm going to start a little bit later than here. And then I'm going to curl up. And then if I turn, now this guy needs to connect here, but this is my new curve here. Just like how we did here, we're going to come down. And then we're just going to keep building up petals. If I was to choose where my next petal is going to be, I would do it not near where the last one ended. So I'm going to start way over here and come up, and then I'm going to curve backwards, and then I might even put another petal coming here and intersecting, just so that it looks more realistic. And if you want this to be 2 petals or even a folded down petal, you can add in a little bit of a layer right there. And then since this curves here, then you're going to need where it connects going down. So just always connecting where your direction changes going down. Now, if you're going to add in a fold to the petal, you need to start where another one ends and then create a little fold here. And if you put a little bit of shading underneath, it makes it make more sense as to what is happening. And then bring that up. And then this looks like it is a fold. So I'm going to put that in there and come down. So I'm going to bring that there. And then that has a shadow underneath. I could bring in another petal right there. And you'll see that as long as you keep going back and forth on either side, it'll stay pretty centered and it'll have some balance on either side. And then I like to start mixing up some of my petals. So this is making the bulb of the rose, and then going down. And then you could bring this one all the way down, but I'm going to put one more petal in between. And then you see that these aren't connected yet, so you need to decide which one is in the front. So I'm going to make this guy in the front. This one's going to connect there, and then I need to complete this bulb here. You're going like that. And then once you get to the bottom of your rose, then you can start adding on little leaves because of where it closes up. I like to go a bump, curve, until it gets to a point, and add a couple of those to fill in that space. And then with a rose, for the stem, you want to make it kind of like a funnel for that spot before it gets to your stem. And they of course have little spikies on them. And then afterwards you can start by adding in some shading. I like to put shading wherever I think it would be a little bit darker because it's on the inside of another area. So like this is at the bottom of here, but I wouldn't shade the top because it would have the light hitting it. This is kind of hidden here, so I'm going to put a little bit of shading right there. And the inside of each little area where it has a petal hitting it, I'm going to put some shading. Just like that. So it's at the base of each of those petals. And as you keep adding the shading to the base of each of those petals, it'll look more and more like a layered rose. If you have a fold, you want to make sure you put a shadow underneath the fold too. And that's how you get a rose.